Position. Place your hands in the Atmanjali Mudra in your heart center. Close your eyes. Let us now begin with the Sadguru Vandana. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurti Dvandvatitam Ganasadam Tattvamasya Dhyashyam Ek Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let us now chant the Shiva Mula mantra 11 times.
Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha.
Next is the Tattvachamanam. The ritualistic take one Uddharini, the spoon of water Panchapatram, which is the cup, and pour it onto the center of your right palm. Then while the mantras are being chanted, drink the water that flows from the base of your palm. Om Atma Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidya Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shiva Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. With the base of the thumb, wipe the upper and lower lips, hands. Next is the Sankalpa.
Om Mamopata Samasta Duritakshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartam Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartam Cha Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshana Vishishtayam Asyam Shubhaditao Purana Arogyaita Dragatriya Yogika Sharira Siddhyartam Paramashiva Shakti Avishkaranartam Nithyananda Yogabhyasam Karishye. Om Apaupasprisya.
Make sure to place your Panchapatram and Uddharini away from your mats. Let us now begin the first asana from the Pratama Vinyasa Krama, which is the Sukhasana. Comfortable position in a cross with your legs crossed, with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring the index and thumbs together and place on top of the respective knees and engage yourself in all the three bandhas, which is the Mahamudra Bandha, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha and the Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize Paramashiva in your third eye. Do the Samana Kumbhaka and chant the japa Soham in your throat center.
तत्सुखासनमृत्युक्तम् अशक्तस्तत्समाचरेदासनं विजितं येन जितं तेन जगत्त्रयम्.
Get into the Padmasana, which is the cross-legged position as the Acharyas are demonstrating. Hold your hands in the Anjali Mudra. Lift your hands above your head. Place your hand in the Anjali Mudra. Visualize yourself as Ash. Do the Samana Kumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha and chant the japa Soham in your throat center.
अथ वक्ष्ये महादेव पर्वतासनमङ्गलं यत्कृत्वा स्थिररूपी स्यात् षट्चक्रादिविलोपनम्.
The next asana is the Hali Pavasana. Interlace your fingers behind your back with your feet together in front of your perineum, little away. Bend and get your forehead towards the ground. Visualizing Swamiji, keeping your gaze towards the nose. Do the Samana Kumbhaka and chant the japa Soham continuously in your throat center.
पूर्वं विधियाहो मे जानो उभयभगदली सम्पुटानो पिष्टुपछेदो ओकर्यवो दक्षिणकरसो वामगहावो.
The next asana is the Nagi Pavasana. Keep the soles of the feet together and get your hands in front of you with your hands cupped and place it in front of you. Get your forehead towards the ground, behind your heels. Keep your gaze to the nose. Visualize yourself as a snake and do the Samana Kumbhaka.
पूर्वविधिपर्यागाने नीचौहौई कल्होनि बनास्यौ लगाई हाथ आगाने धरती लगावे पसारी दो हाथ की अंजुलि करे.
Before we begin the next asana, all the participants, please make sure to keep your phones with you so that you can post your experiences of doing the asanas and the yoga, the social media. So you can just take quick few minutes. If you do not have your phones, you can bring the phones and keep it with you. You can use your phones or tablets or whatever you have to take your photos. You can take a selfie of yourself or you can ask someone else to take a photo of you. If you have someone else next to you nearby, you can ask them to take a photo of you and you can post your experience in the social media. The link will be shown in the description shortly. Let's quickly get our cell phones. The next asana is the Kokilasana. Hold your big toes in the Prana Mudra with your index and middle fingers together as the Acharyas are demonstrating. Hold your big toes, lift your legs up into the air and lock yourself into the Padmasana. Place your elbows onto the ground. Lock yourself in the Mahamudra Bandha. Bring all the three bandhas together. Keeping your visualization to the bird. Visualizing yourself as a bird. Kumbhaka and continuing to chant the japa Soham in your throat center.
अथान्यदासनं वक्ष्ये येन सिद्धो भवेन्नरः अकस्माद्वायुसञ्चारं कोकिल.
The next asana is the Neti asana. Place one ankle on top of the opposite knee and hold your opposite elbows. Rotate your hands in the clockwise direction, then the anti-clockwise direction. Keep your gaze to the nose. Do the Samana Kumbhaka. Visualize Swamiji in your third eye.
घोड़ा भावा पादकी आक माहिली सोय दश्चरण को वार लौता परिकल्प समोय.
The next asana is the Gajasana. Place your hands firmly on top of the ground and your feet on the ground with your hips raised up high. Scoop your nose to the ground repeatedly. Visualizing yourself as an elephant, do the Samana Kumbhaka. Which is the holding of breath after inhaling or exhaling and concentrating on building the internal fire, which is the gastric fire, the Jatharagni. Do the Uddiyana Bandha, which is tucking your stomach in and up and continuing to visualize yourself as an elephant.
न्युग्जं पादाग्रे भूमौ कृत्वा लम्बीभूयमस्तकाग्रे निधाय नितम्बं मूर्धमुन्नाभिलक्ष्यं भूमौ नासिकामानीय.
The next asana is the Rikshasana. Now alternately press your heels to the ground, right and then left, continuing to do this on your right side and the left side, alternatingly. Repeat again and again, visualizing yourself as a bear. Do the Samana Kumbhaka. Pull your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha.
एकैकं पादमाकुञ्च्य गजासनं कुर्याद्रिक्षासनं भवति.
The next asana is the Vaishyasana. Now walk onto your feet and stand up on the tip of your toes with your hands in the Hridaya Mudra, which is your fingertips to the chest in the heart center. Visualize Swamiji. Do the Samana Kumbhaka and the Uddiyana.
केशेन पादयुगलं बद्ध्वा तिष्ठेत ततो मुखः तव ईश्यावक्ष्ये यत्कृत्वा सत्यवान् भवेत्.
The next asana is the Urdhva Janukarana. Stand with the heels touching, with the toes facing outwards at 45-degree angle. Keep the knees bent and both the hands at the chest level, with the elbows parallel to the ground. Twist one knee towards the center, then raise it up and back across the body to the original position. Simultaneously, as the leg raises, follow the movement with the respective hand, raising it up and across the body as your leg. And repeat this on the other side. The next asana is the Balalingasana. Interlace your fingers in the Sharvava Shankari Mudra, as the Acharyas are demonstrating. Hold your knees, your right knee, and pull your right knee towards the chest as though you're hugging your knee towards your chest. Visualize yourself as you're caressing a baby. Do the Samana Kumbhaka and the Mahamudra Bandha.
एकं जानूरस्यालिङ्गस्तादव्यलिङ्गलं भवति.
Next asana is the Pada Pidanasana. Take one foot and pull it behind towards the buttocks, holding with both the hands. Keep the head, neck, spine in a straight line and make sure to keep your knees aligned with each other. Lock to all the three bandhas. Visualize Swamiji and do the Samana.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत्तनुं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्त्वेमासनम्.
The next asana is the Natarajasana. With the respective hand, hold on to the sole of the foot from the inside and the hand forward with the index and thumbs touching. Keep the foot back and up while leaning forward. Visualize Lord Nataraja. Do Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
The next asana is the Balalingasana. Now repeat the Balalingasana on the other side.
Anurasyalingyastatavyam balalinganam bhavati.
Now repeat the Pada Pidanasana on the other side.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्त्वेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
The next asana is the Natarajasana. With the respective hand, hold on to the sole of the foot from the inside. Extend the opposite hand forward with the index fingers and the thumbs touching together in the Bindu Mudra. Visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja. Do the Moola Bandha, sealing the perineal floor and contracting the region between the anus and the regenerative organs. This is the Moola Bandha. Now repeat the Natarajasana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Next asana is the Ardharechita Karana from the Aramandi position, which is the half squatting position. Bring the right foot behind the other with the toes, with the heels raised up. Keep the left hand at the chest and extend the opposite arm out and wide like a pendulum. Bring it back towards the chest. Repeat on the other side and switch the position of your legs. Next is the skeleton dance. Next is the skeleton dance. Visualize yourself as a skeleton. Shake the body intensely as you are visualizing yourself as a skeleton. Keep your eyes closed and start shaking your body intensely.
கலியுகத்த
The next is the Katichina Karana from the Aramandi position, which is the half squatting position. Bring the hands above the head with the arms crossed and the palms facing backwards. Move the hips to one side and simultaneously uncross the arms wide above the head. Come back to the beginning position and repeat onto the other side. Next is the stand tall on the tip of your toes. Get your hands parallel to your ears above your head with your palms facing each other. Visualize yourself as a palm tree. Do the Samana Kumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha and chant the japa Shivoham in your throat center.
महामुद्राबद्धकोणौ ताडासनविभेदकान् विनोत्तानं सदा कुर्यादन्तर्वत्नेपदिप्रिया.
Now exhale towards the ground with your palms onto the ground into the Uttanasana. Engage in all the three bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha and the Jalan Bandha being performed together. Try to get your forehead towards the knee as much as possible. Visualize Swamiji and do the Samana Kumbhaka.
महामुद्राबद्धकोणौ ताडासनविभेदकान् विनोत्तानं सदा कुर्यादन्तर्वत्नेपदिप्रिया.
Now all the participants who are doing the yoga, you can get your cell phones and take a selfie of yourself and post media in Facebook. With the link that is being projected on the screen, you can use that link to post your experience in the social media. All of you can take your cell phones and any asana which you like and which you are having breakthrough with, which you're not able to do like before a few days or whenever you try. If you have asanas before, you can share your experiences that you can share your experience about the asana, the yoga. You can take a small video of yourself and post it on the social media with the link that is given below. You can just click on the link and you can share your experience of the day one of MahaParamashivoham. Post our experiences on the social media. The next asana is the Tarakshvasana. Keep the hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart, and step back keeping the toes on the ground. Tuck the chin to the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. And rotate your head from side to side. Swamiji, do the Samana Kumbhaka and continue to chant the japa Shivoham in your throat center.
गजात्वामस्तं वारं वारं दक्षिणकुक्षं सव्यकुक्षं नयेत्तरक्श्वासनं भवति.
The next asana is the Bhujangasana. Lower the entire body onto the ground. Place your hand next to the chest. Lift your upper body, your head and your chest off the ground using the strength of your lower back. Do not use your hands to push yourself up as much as you can. Lift yourself up with your lower back, with the strength of your lower back. Open your mouth wide in Bhujangani Mudra, which is the opening your mouth wide and inhaling through the back of your throat. Visualize yourself as a cobra snake. Do the Samana Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
अङ्गुष्ठनाभिपर्यन्तं अधोभूमविनिन्यसेत् कराभ्यां च धरां धृत्वा ऊर्ध्वशीर्षः पनीवहि.
The next asana is the Shashasana. From the plank position, alternate. Get back into the plank position and alternate switching your legs towards the chest. The right leg and then the left leg. Keep switching your legs alternatingly. Visualize Swamiji in your third eye. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
वारं वारं कर्तव्यं शशासनं भवति.
The next asana is the asana. Alternately jump your feet in between hands as the acharyas are demonstrating. Alternate your feet and keep jumping. Visualize yourself as a chariot. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha with visualizing a chariot. Continuing to visualize the chariot in your third eye.
गजासनमस्थितौ एकैकं पादं पुरोमार्गेण ब्राह्मयित्वा कर्तव्यं रथासनं भवति.
Requesting everyone who is watching and who are participating, every asana that you feel that is easy for you or that you're able to do these asanas, you can take a selfie of yourself doing the asana, or you can call any of the friends you have who would like to do yoga and you can enrich them for doing the yoga. You can quickly make a few calls and call them to join for this yoga. The yoga is live on YouTube. You can just send them the link of this YouTube and you can ask them as well to join for the yoga session. What the yoga does for everyone is that it makes that person established in the higher state of consciousness. Yoga, they are going to be very benefited. Anyone, whether it is a small child or even an old person, even if they're up to 60 years of age, they can do yoga as much as possible. And just by trying to do these asanas and just by little bit of effort in doing these asanas, there is a lot of benefit that comes from it. So requesting all of the participants to even make a few calls if you can, and call whoever you like, whether you're any one of your friend or your own children or your parents or anyone, your colleagues from work. Anyone can get them for this yoga and ask them to do as much as possible. So now let us continue with the next asanas. Whoever is making the calls, you can make the calls and then continue to do the asanas as well. The next asana is the Virabhadrasana. Now keep one foot flat on the ground with the toe pointing forward and bend it at 90-degree angle and extend the other leg back, keeping the knee straight and the toes pointed at 45 angle. Raise your arms up beside your ears, sucking your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha. Visualize yourself as Lord Virabhadra and do the Sahaja Kumbhaka.
वासिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यं मूर्धगोक्तमेव च वक्रमतोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Now switch the position of your legs onto the other side and repeat the Virabhadrasana on the other side.
वासिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यं मूर्धगुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमतोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
All of these chantings that are being chanted is Shastra Pramana, meaning the reference of the particular asana from the Shastras. So each of these chanting that you are hearing now from the Tantra Dharak is the chantings that are being chanted, because these are the reference for each and every asanas. So these yoga asanas and the entire yoga sequence that you are doing, which is called the Pratama Vinyasa Krama, and all of this has a scriptural reference. So when you do these asanas, you will get the best benefit in your life, because all of this is described by Paramashiva in the Agamas. So when you're doing each of these asanas, it's going to highly benefit you and make you have a higher state of consciousness, and it will completely heal you from any of the ailments you have. Just following and doing these asanas for just 21 days is enough. You will see that there is so much of difference in your body and in your inner space and to your mind, and you will see that you're completely healed of so many things, and actually it can heal anything in your body. So all of you can get any of your friends and family also who are interested in doing yoga, or you can make them interested in the yoga, get them, because this is something that will really help them a lot in their life, whether they're children or they're studying or anything. Just spending 1 hour of your every day is going to do so much of good to their lives. So call whoever you want to the yoga session, who you feel that will be benefited by this yoga session. Let us continue with the next asana, which is the Vrikshasana. Stand tall, one foot to the inner thigh, bring the arms together and raise them up, keeping the elbows straight, and pull the stomach in and up and give forward. Visualize yourself as a tree, do the Sahaja Kumbhaka and Dhyana Bandha.
वामोरुमूलदेशायां वृक्षवद्भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
The next asana is the Garudasana. Stand tall and place one foot at the opposite. Bring the palms together in front of the heart center. Keep the standing leg straight. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka.
गरुडासनमावक्ष्येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत् सर्वदोषाद्विनिर्मुक्तो भवतीह महाबली.
Now, position of your legs. Get the other leg to the inner thigh. Leg straight and repeat the Vrikshasana on the other side.
वामोर्देशे च याम्यं पादं निधायितो तिष्ठेत् वृक्षवद्भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं.
Now repeat the Garudasana by placing the leg onto the upper thigh of the leg which is straight. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
गरुडासनमावक्ष्येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत् सर्वदोषाद्विनिर्मुक्तो भवतीह महाबली.
The next asana is the Trikonasana. Stand and step one leg far back from the body, from the leg. Keep the front leg pointing forward and the back toes facing sideways. Keep the arm straight and bring the front arm down towards the ground beside the foot, the front foot, while the other arm is extended up towards the sky. Visualize yourself as a triangle and do the sahaja and chant the japa Shivoham in your throat center.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं सप्ताङ्गुष्टप्रणे.
Now switch the position of your legs. Stretch your arms aside and side and repeat Trikonasana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सप्ताङ्गुष्टप्रसारणे.
The next asana, the next karana is Kutaka Karana. Get the half squatting position, which is the Aramandi. Keep your hands horizontal with the palms facing each other. Now alternately thrash your heels to the ground and move your hands corresponding to the leg simultaneously. The next asana we will be doing is the Angushtasana. Lower onto the tip of your toes, placing your perineum on top of the heels. Keep the knees and palms together. Visualize Swamiji buzz like a bee into the Brahmari Kumbhaka. Do the Moola Bandha and chant the japa Sada Shivoham in your throat center.
बन्धासनमित्याहो गोरक्षासनमेव च नमस्तिकं गेयं ब्रह्मप्रासादितं तथा.
The Saurasana. From the tip of your toes, extend one leg straight with the heels and down and the toes up, sitting your perineum onto one of the heels. Keep your hands by the sides in the Varamudra with your palms facing forward. Visualize Swamiji. Do the Brahmari Kumbhaka and Moola Bandha.
एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
The next asana is the Saurasana. The next asana is the Vidhunanasana. Lift hand forward and hold your big toe in the mudra. The acharyas just demonstrated. Hold your big toe, bend forward and get your forehead towards the knees and your chest towards the thighs. Visualize Swamiji. Do the Brahmari Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
गोल्पस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृशेत् तत्करेण.
The next asana is the Saurasana. Now repeat the Saurasana onto the other side.
प्रसार्य एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
Now we will be repeating the Vidhunanasana on the other side.
गोल्पस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृशेत् तत्करेण.
The next asana is the Brahmajurankushasana. Keep the toes on the ground and place the perineum on top of the heels. Keep the gap between the legs and the back of the hands resting on the sides. Tilt the head down and gaze through the gap between the palms. Visualize Swamiji. Do the Brahmari Kumbhaka and the Jalandhara Bandha, which is the tucking your chin towards the chest.
दो पनापानि होय वैसे एड़ी दो गुदानी बेसे कोरबग तल्यां की माहिली आयसमा है राशे मिली.
The next asana is the Kapilasana. Place both the knees on the ground with the toes tucked behind, sitting the perineum down on the heels. Rest the hands on top of the thighs. Pull your stomach in and up and keep your gaze towards the nose. Visualize sage Kapila Muni and do the Brahmari Kumbhaka and keep chanting the japa Sadashivoham in your throat center.
उभय भगतली सम ठहरावे तिनको माहिली कौर मिलावे.
The next asana is the Bhadra Gorakhasana with the knees, both the knees on the ground as the previous asana. Switch the gaze to the third eye, visualizing Swamiji, continuing to buzz like a bee in the Brahmari Kumbhaka and do Dha.
दो वो भगतली संबुड करे कोरवारली बू बरदरे कोरवारली राके ऐसे तापरी मूल द्वार टिके से.
The next asana is the Suryasana. Sit with the toes tucked and the perineum placed on top of the raised heels. Get your knees off the ground and your knees spread wide apart. Place your hands in the Padma Mudra, the base of your thumbs touching, base of your palms touching. Your fingertips and your fingers spread wide open like a lotus flower. This mudra represents the lotus flower. Raise your hands above your head, gazing through the gap between your palms, visualizing yourself as Lord Surya. Do the Brahmari Kumbhaka. Tuck your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha and continue to chant the japa Sadashivoham in your throat center.
उगदाधरियाने पना पानी बैठक पुनिटाने.
The next, the Mandukasana. Now all the participants can post your experiences on the social media. We have completed 40 asanas, 39 asanas till now. And I'm sure you are enjoying this yoga. You can even call your friends and family now. It's not too late. It's never too late. And let them come and do even a few asanas, whatever they feel that they can. It's not that you have to force yourself to do each and every asana. You can try to do each and every asanas as much as you can. And all of the participants who are already doing the yoga as well, you don't have to force yourself to do the asanas which you feel as difficult or something like that. All these asanas are just manifestations. It's just that you have to do the right visualizations that are being told. When the visualizations are also told, you can just visualize those in your third eye. Also, for visualize everything, the images and everything are shown on the side in the screen. So you can just visualize it in the third eye. If you see on the right top corner, all the visualizations are there. So we will be doing the next asana, which is the Mandukasana. Sit with the toes flat and the perineum on top of the heels. Keep the hands on top of the knees and lift the tongue up against the roof of your mouth. Visualize yourself as a frog. Do the Manduki Mudra, which is the lifting of your tongue up against the roof of your mouth. Keep your Sahaja Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
पादतलो भ्रष्टदेशे अंगुष्ठे द्वे च संस्पृशे जामं पुरस्कृत्य साधयन् मण्डूकासनम्.
The next asana is the Uttana Mandukasana. With both your hands, hold the shoulders, the back of your shoulders behind your head. Visualize yourself as a gaze to the third eye. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Pull your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha.
मण्डूकासन मध्यस्थं कुलाभ्यं धृतं शिरः एतद्बेकवदुत्थान मण्डूकम्.
The next asana is the Simha. Cross the ankles and keep the knees wide and the fingers spread on top. Open the mouth wide. Stick out the tongue and exhale forcefully. Mouth. Gaze at the tip of the nose and repeat this several times. Visualizing yourself as a lion. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
दक्षिणव्यगल्भेन दक्षिणे रथेकरौ हस्तौ जान्वौ संस्थाप्य स्वाङ्गुलीश्च प्रसारे च.
The next asana is the Bhadrasana. Sit on the heels under the perineum and keep the knees wide apart. Cross the hands behind your back and hold on to your big toes in the Prana Mudra. The Acharyas are demonstrating the Prana Mudra. Hold your big toes, your chin towards the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize Swamiji. Do the Brahmari Kumbhaka, which is buzzing, and chant the japa Sadashivoham.
गुल्वोजभिषणस्यादो विक्रमेण समाहितः पादाङ्गुष्ठोखरां च धृत्वा द्रष्टदेवः।
The next asana is the Kakabhushandi asana. Get onto the full squatting position. Keep your knees wide apart. Get your hands from the front of your shins behind your back. Lock your fingers. In the Parashumudra, your fingers should be locked in the Parashumudra. Gaze towards the nose. Visualize yourself as a crow. Do the Brahmari Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
प्रथमे वेशकहो गरुडाने द्वौ हात्वकौ विचारे तिनको यावे पिष्टपचे काकसी करावे।
Place the palms on the floor. Shoulder width apart. Bring the knees, arms towards the armpits. Lean forward. And lift your toes off the ground slowly, balancing only. Visualize Swami and the Moola Bandha.
आसन गौगना शिदा होई तो आची होई।
The next asana, Kapali asana. Place the hands on the ground in shoulder width apart, as in the previous asana, as Kani Pavasana. And lift your legs off the ground. If you have placed your leg on the ground, place your head firmly on the ground. The crown of your head should be touching the ground. Lift your feet slowly up. Use the strength of your core muscles. Keep your gaze towards the nose. Visualize Swamiji. Do the Brahmari Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
शीशी धरती टेकी भगदो उमिलिवा चाकू करे।
The next asana is the Parshvamayurasana. Squat on the toes with the legs together. Twist the body and place both the hands on one side. Align the elbows with the knees and hips. You be aligned with your knees and your hips. Now lean towards the elbows. Extend the legs out, your toes off the ground. Keep your gaze to the third eye. Visualize yourself as a peacock. Do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
मयूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डं कुर्यान् मायूरं पार्श्वाभ्यां मायूरपार्श्वनामकम्।
The next asana is the Mayurasana. Now repeat the Parshvamayurasana on the other side.
मयूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यान् मायूरं दण्डनामकं कुर्यान् मायूरं पार्श्वाभ्यां मायूरपार्श्वनामकम्।
The next asana is the Bhairanganatha. Place both the hands on the ground and get into the full plank position. Lift one leg over and above your shoulder and bring it in between both your palms. Visualize yourself as Lord Bhairanganatha, as Lord Kala Bhairava. Gaze to the third eye. Do the Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, and chant the japa Mahasadaशिवोहम in your throat center.
आसन गाओ गणपीठी जाई.
The next asana is the Bhairanganathasana, repeating on the other side.
आसन गाओ गणपीठी जाई.
The next asana is the Unmukha Prakshvasana, which is the plank position. Place on the ground with your and walk the feet towards your possible. Visualize Swamiji. Do the Bhaka and
भोन्यस्तव
sorry for the technical glitch, everyone. The next asana is the Vashishtasana. From the Tarakshvasana, rotate the hand and raise the opposite hand up. Keep the balancing hand directly beneath the shoulders. Raise the hips up and gaze towards the sky. Visualizing yourself as sage Vashishta, do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Moolabandha.
ऊर्ध्वकोक्कुडवाशिष्टा मरीचिहलमत्स्यकं परिवृत्तिं चोदरस्य विविधं धनुरासनम्.
Now repeat the Vashishtasana on the other side by switching the position of your hands.
ऊर्ध्वकोक्कुडवाशिष्टा मरीचिहलमत्स्यकं परिवृत्तिं चोदरस्य विविधं धनुरासनम्.
The next asana is the Anjani Asana. Sit with the legs stretched, with the toes pointing up. Bring the hands under the buttocks with your palms facing up. Keep your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Your elbows as close to the body as possible. Tuck your chin towards the chest into the Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize yourself as Lord Hanuman and do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, chanting the japa Mahasadaशिवोहम in your throat center.
दो करके उबे हथेली कोरवारली मेले बेली सो आगाने बूबरदाशे महाने अंगुली मिराशे.
The next asana is the Paschimottanasana. Sit with the legs stretched forward. With your hands keep your hands in the Prana Mudra with your index and middle fingers touching. Exhale forward, hold your big toes and get your forehead towards the knees and your chest towards the thighs. Visualize Swamiji, do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Mahamudra Bandha.
जानो परिल्लाटं दो पश्चिमं दानमुच्यते येन केन प्रकारेण सुखं दारिं च जायते.
The next asana is the Ugrasana with the legs straight. Interlace your fingers mudra behind your head. Bring the head down towards the knees and engage yourself in all the three bandhas. Visualize Goddess Kali in your inner space and do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, continuing to chant the japa MahaParamashivoham in your throat center.
स्वपानिभ्यां दृढं धृत्वा जानो परिशिरोऽन्यसेतासुनोग्रमिदं प्रोक्तं भवेदनिलदीपनम्.
The next asana is the Marichi asana. Sit with the legs extended. Bring one heel to the groin. Keep one knee raised. Reach the arms in and around the raised knee and clasp the hands behind the back, bringing the chest to the thighs. And get your head towards the knees. Visualize yourself as sage Marichi and do the Rechaka Kumbhaka.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च स्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
The next asana is the Mahamudrasana. Drop the knee towards the ground with your leg towards the perineum. Exhale forward, holding your feet with your hands, with both your hands. Get your forehead towards the knees or the shins and get your chest towards the thighs as much as possible. You do not have to force yourself or try to push yourself too much. Do as much as you can, slowly bending towards the knees. Keep your gaze towards the nose. Visualize Swamiji and do the Rechaka Kumbhaka.
महामुद्राबद्धकोणौ ताडासनविभेदकान्विनोद्धानं सदा कुर्यादन्तर्वत्नीपतिप्रिया.
Now repeat the Marichi asana onto the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च स्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now drop your knee to the ground and repeat the Mahamudrasana on the other side.
महामुद्राबद्धकोणौ ताडासनविभेदकान्विनोद्धानं सदा कुर्यादन्तर्वत्नीपतिप्रिया.
The next asana is the Bhadrasana too. Sit and bring the soles of the feet together with the heels close to the perineum. Keep the knees wide and hold the feet firmly with your hands. Maintain a straight spine. Keep your gaze towards the nose. Visualizing Swamiji, do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
पूर्वोदूषणस्यादः सीवन्या पार्श्वयोन्योक्षिपेदे पादपार्श्वेदु पाणिभ्यां दृढं बद्ध्वा सुनिश्चलम्.
The next asana is the Gwali Pavasana. From the Bhadrasana, extend the feet away from the body. Keep the toes together, heels apart and knees open as much as possible. Place the hands on top of the respective knees and tuck your chin to keep your gaze to the nose. Visualize Swamiji, do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and tuck your chin to the chest as in Jalandhara Bandha and continue to chant the japa MahaParamashivoham in your throat center.
पूर्वचर्बरजोगस्योऽसो हि वाजीविद्योऽकीतितो हि यामे एडि भिन्नविराशे अङ्कुराठन्तरो राशे.
Now before next asana, I request all the participants to take your phones and take a selfie of yourself in any of the asanas that we have completed till now. Any asana you liked or that you wanted to do that and you were able to do and which you felt that it was really difficult, and when you started doing the bandhas, moolas and all the visualizations and all of it, you started getting the asanas much easily. You can share your experiences about that. Just take a photo of yourself If you have someone near you, you can ask them to take a photo of you, and you can post it in social media. The link that is given in the scroll in the YouTube. You can quickly make the social media post, and we can continue with the next asana. The next asana is the Joni asana. Sit and extend the feet away from the perineum, keeping your feet together. Hold the soles of the feet and lean forward and down, bringing the forehead towards the ground, the gaze towards the nose. Visualize the Yoni Mandala and do the Rechaka Kumbhaka.
दो पगदली संपुट करे एडी मेड के डिंग जरे अर्ध हाथ को अंतरराशे लाड पगदल्या उपरदाशे.
The next asana is the Midakipavasana. Keep the heels together. Keep your toes wide apart and lean forward and down, extending your hands towards the side, keeping your palms facing the ground, on top of the ground. Bring the forehead to the ground, behind the heels, and keep your gaze to the nose. Visualize Swamiji, do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
पूर्व विधि परिपगदली संपूर्ण शोर एडी मिली राशे एडियासो माहिली कानी अगुल दो आधरी लाड धरती लगावे.
Now insert your hands under your shins of both your legs with the respective hand under the respective leg. Get your forehead towards the ground. Make sure to maintain a little gap between your feet. Get your forehead towards the ground as much as possible. Keep the gaze towards the nose. Visualize yourself as Swamiji. Do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
दो पगदली संपुट करे सोले मेडाग में दरे अंगुलाटंतरो राको ऐसे विदिदाशे.
The next asana is the Chinaki Pavasana. Sit and keep the heels together and keep your toes apart. Hold your feet and open your feet like a book. Place the back of your hands and your fingers on the ground while you're opening the book. Keep your gaze towards the nose. Visualize Swamiji, do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
दो पगदली एडी धरती मगिवा मेड लगावे पगदली माहिली कर अंगूठा की सजी सूती जोड़े.
The next asana is the Charapatapokasana. Bring your feet as close as possible towards the perineum. Place both your hands on top of the knees. Gently press your knees down towards the ground as much as possible. You can slowly press your knees towards the ground gently. Visualize Swamiji. Do the Rechaka Kumbhaka in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha.
दो पगदली संपुट धरे आगाने को लगदा राशे हाथ दो गोड़ा परिदाशे.
The next asana is the Bhairavasana. Sit and bring the soles of the feet facing together. Keep the knees wide. Lift the heels up and bring the toes down onto the ground. Keep the knees on the ground. Pull the stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Place the fingers in the Bindu Mudra on top of your knees. Keep your gaze to the third eye. Visualize and do the Uddiyana Bandha.
गुल्पौ संपीड्य चान्योन्यं क्रमेणोद्धृतं शनैः जान्वो पार्श्वतौ हस्तौ दण्डवद्भैरवासनम्.
The next asana is Samanasana. With one heel at the perineum, lift and hold the other foot, pulling the sole of the feet towards the chest. Keep the gaze to the third eye and hold the breath in the Mooladhara Chakra. Visualize Swamiji. Do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Mulabandha.
समानासनमावक्षे सिद्धमन्त्रा साधनात् एकपादमरौ जित्वा वृक्षोऽन्यलिङ्गवक्त्रके.
The next asana is the Apanasana. Place one leg on top of the respective shoulder. Raise the other foot up towards the sky and keep the knee straight. Keep the hands on the ground by your sides. Keep the gaze towards third eye and visualize Swamiji doing the Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Mulabandha. And remember to continuously chant the MahaParamashivoham japa in your throat center.
केवलं पादमेकं च स्कन्धे चारोप्य यत्नतः एकपादेन गगने तिष्ठेति दण्डवत् प्रभो.
The next asana is Samanasana. Now repeat the Samanasana on the other side.
समानासनमावक्षे सिद्धमन्त्रा साधनात् एकपादमरौ जित्वा वृक्षोऽन्यलिङ्गवक्त्रके.
Now repeat the Apanasana on the other side.
केवलं पादमेकं च स्कन्धे चारोप्य यत्नतः एकपादेन गगने तिष्ठेति दण्डवत् प्रभो.
Before we continue on to the next asana, just make sure to post whatever we have done, the asanas till now, on social media. Any of the asanas you can post. It's not that you have to post any one particular asana. Any of your favorite asana that you did till now, that you like to do, and you felt happy and you felt excited to do the asana, and you feel that you're experiencing some higher state of consciousness while doing any of these asanas, because any of these asanas and all of these asanas is higher state of consciousness. So make sure to do all of these asanas as much as possible. Let us now continue to the next asana, which is the Gomukhasana. Any one of you who is wishing to do the social media posting, you can post as the, and you can come back to the yoga once you finish the posting. And whoever has not posted, you can maybe take few seconds to post or few minutes to post. The link is given in the scroll in the YouTube, so you can post using that link, or you can go to Facebook and search for SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page, and over there you can find the MahaParamashivoham event link over there, and you can go into that and you can post your experience over there as well. And make sure to take a photo and post your photo over there as well. Now let us continue with the Gomukhasana. Cross one leg over the other, aligning both the knees at the center of your body. Keep the opposite hips. Keep the legs towards the opposite hips. Place both the hands on the opposite stacked knees. Gaze to the nose. Visualize the cow's face. Do the Shitkari Kumbhaka, which is the making the hissing sound through the mouth with your teeth together, and chant the japa Om Nithyanandoham in your throat center.
सव्ये दक्षिणकल्पन्तो पश्चिमाश्वे नियोजे दक्षिणे पित्ता सव्यं गोमुखं गोमकं यथा.
The next asana is the Anasuyasana. Same position as the Gomukhasana with your legs. Hold your big toes in the Prana Mudra. Lean forward and down. Sit straight. Keep your back straight. Visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya. Do the Uddiyana Bandha, which is the tucking your stomach in.
दक्षिण घोड़ोनी छोटाने वामोदा के ऊपर आने घोड़ा सिंह मिलाए बारी आजावत बनी सिंह बसारी.
The next asana is the Anasuyasana too. Interlace your fingers behind your back and exhale forward with your forehead towards the ground. As much as possible, get your forehead towards the ground from in front of your knees. Your chin should be in front of your knees. Gaze to the nose. Do the Shitkari Kumbhaka and the Mulabandha.
Jimana Koda ki Sandhi Uparitava Goda ki Sandhi Mirai Rashe Goda Sole Pakitalyalo Vadvai Sudarashe.
The next asana is the Garudasana 2. Sit on the ground with one heel pressed against the perineum. Keep the opposite foot on the ground in front of the other. Keep the spine tall, chest out and hands on the opposite knees. And keep your gaze to the nose, visualizing yourself as Lord Garuda. Do the Shitkari Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
Davo Pagmori Edi Mahilo Gulpamula Dwarani Chede Beseji Mani Pagdali Darti Reki Kodo Unchoba Urashe.
The next asana is the Naradasana. Sit and place perineum on top of one heel with the top of the foot flat on the ground. Place the opposite foot on the ground in front of your other foot. Interlace the fingers in the Parashamudra behind your neck and twist outside of the raised knee and keep your gaze to the third eye. Visualizing yourself as stage Narada, do the Shitkari Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
Pishtijuam Pagdali Peri Buberi Dahilaka Peri Goras Dobano Hejoi the Pastira Vesoi.
Place one foot on the opposite thigh and wrap the respective arm around the knee, holding on to the opposite shin. Extend the opposite hand straight and hold on to the respective toe, index and middle fingers in the Prana Mudra. Gaze to the nose. Visualize yourself as Lord Matsya. Do the Shitkari Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
Vamena Vamangushtan Hitam Matsabira Yoni Vamena Sambidra Medra Duber Dakshin.
Now repeat the Gomukhasana on the side.
Savya Dakshina Gulbando Bashtavarshweni Oji Dakshin Evita Savyam Gomukam Gomukam Yata.
The next asana is the Anasuyasana. Now repeat the Anasuyasana on the other side.
दक्षिण गोडो नीचोटाने वामोता के ऊपर आने गोड़ा संधि मिलाए बारी आदापत बुनी दे संधि पसारी.
The next asana is the Anasuyasana 2. Now repeat the Anasuyasana 2 on the other side.
गोड़ा की संधि ऊपर दावा गोड़ा की संधि मिलाई राशे गोड़ा स्यूले पगदल्या लो वाडवाई सुधा राशे.
The next asana is the Garudasana. Sit on the ground with the heel pressed against the perineum. Keep the opposite hand on the foot in front of the other. Keep the spine tall, chest out and hands on the respective knees. Keep the gaze to the nose. And repeat the Garudasana 2 on the other side.
दावो पगमोड़ी एडी माहिलो गुलबमूल द्वार नीचे दे बेसे नी पगदली धरती दे की गोडो ऊंचो बहु राशे.
Now repeat the Naradasana on the other side.
पिष्टि जुआम पगदली पेरी बूबरी दाही लगावे केरी गोड़ा स्तोपनो है जोई दशपाश तीरा सोई.
Pitakasana. We will now be repeating the Pitakasana on the other side. To visualize Lord Matsya while doing this and do the Shitkari Kumbhaka and the Moola Bandha.
Navamangushtan Dogritam Matsapidakam Yoni Vamena Sambidra Medra Duber Dakshinam.
The next asana is the Matsyendrasana. Place one foot on the opposite thigh, opposite foot on the ground on the far side of your body. Twist the up and bring the elbow outside of your raised knee. Keep the raised arm by the neck and turn the head back and keep your gaze to the third eye. Visualize the great sage Matsyendranatha. Do the Shitkari Kumbhaka and Labandha and continue to chant the japa Om Nithyanandoham in your throat center.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्नतः आनम्रागं वामपादं दक्षिणानुन्यसेत्.
The next asana is the Kubhasana. Now, leave the hand which you're holding your ears with onto the shin and hold your shin with that hand, and the other hand lift it and hold it towards back and gaze towards the third eye, visualizing yourself as a camel. Do the Shitkari Kumbhaka and the Mulabandha. This asana is the Kubhasana.
आसन कौगुन जोलो जाये.
The next asana is the Matsyendrasana. Drop the hand which you're holding your ears with onto the ground behind you. Turn towards the back and gaze towards the third eye. Matsyendranatha. Do the Shitkari Kumbhaka and the Mulabandha.
मत्स्येन्द्र वीरं जडं प्रचण्डरुक्मिणी प्रबोधं दण्डस्फिरद्वं हि ददाति पुंसाम्.
The next asana is the Matsyendrasana. Now repeat the Matsyendrasana by switching the position of your legs and hands onto the other side.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्नतः आनम्रागं वामपादं हि दक्षिणानुपरिन्यसेत्.
Asana onto the other side. Now drop your hands towards the back behind you and turn towards the back and gaze towards the third eye, visualizing yourself as the Matsyendrasana on
मत्स्येन्द्र वीरं जडप्रदीप्तिं प्रचण्डरुक्मण्डलखण्डनास्त्रम् अभ्याशतः कुण्डलिनी प्रबोधं दण्डस्फिरद्वं हि ददाति पुंसाम्.
The next asana is the Padmasana. Place your left, the right thigh and on the left thigh. Place your hands on top of your knees with your palms facing down. Gaze towards the nose. Visualize yourself as Paramashiva. Do the Shitali Kumbhaka, which is inhaling through the teeth with your teeth together and feeling the chill air going through the throat. Do the Mahamudra Bandha. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Mahasadaशिवोहम in your throat center.
आसनं द्विविधं प्रोक्तं पद्मं वज्रासनं तथा ऊर्ध्वर परिचेद दत्ते उभय फातले यथा.
The next asana is the Padmasana. Hold your big toes with your fingers in the Pranamudra as the Acharyas are demonstrating, with your legs placed in the Padmasana position. Gaze towards the nose, visualize and Parashakti. Do the Shitali Kumbhaka and the Mulabandha.
उत्तानौ चरणौ कृत्वा ऊरु संस्थो प्रयत्नतः ऊरुमध्ये तदोत्तानौ पाने कृत्वा उत्तादशौ.
Before we continue on to the next asana, let us take a few moments to quickly post our experiences on the social media. Let us just take quick to and post all of our experiences on the social media. You can post on the social media so that the people who are seeing your post see these and then understand how you are feeling about this yoga and what kind of breakthroughs you are having, how it is helping you physically doing this yoga. So this is the first day you're doing the yoga. See that the first day itself, it's like so exciting and so energetic to do the yoga. And all of these yogas are powered by the Shastras. Automatically, you will be raised into the higher consciousness and you will be in the space of Paramashivoham. So that is the reason when you share these experiences with the others, they will feel also inspired and enriched to do this, because this is all based in the Shastras, and your experience, what you're going to the others, is very important for them to understand and experience this as well, because the whole few minutes to post in the social media, and let us continue the yoga just in 2 minutes. And also, it's not too late. You can still get your family and friends, if anyone are wishing to come now. They can also join the yoga and continue with us till the end. And surely they will be having experiences as well. And they can also post in their social media if they're doing the yoga with their photos. And all of you can post your experiences with the photos. With the photos, when you post, it's people will be more excited, and you will also feel happy that you are able to do so many asanas and so much. Before you doing the yoga, you might not have thought that, oh yeah, I can do so many asanas, but now you're able to do so many asanas. That's just pure initiation from Swamiji, and the manifestation manifesting in you and making you be these asanas, because these asanas which we are doing here are all not like basic level asanas. They are all levels of asanas and all levels of difficulties. So to do even a few of these asanas, you can know that you are actually manifesting some kind of a power in you, and some kind of an initiation is happening in you when you're doing all of these asanas. So now let us continue on with the next asana, which is the Kukkutasana. Sit and place the feet in the Padmasana as the previous asanas. Insert your hands from the gap between your thighs and the shins. Place your palm on the ground and lift your body up off the ground. Visualizing yourself as a rooster, do the Sahadha and continue to chant the japa